Drums and Percussion from Keyfax New Media's Twiddly Bits series is a MIDI loop library featuring hundreds of drum loops and fills recorded by real live drummers directly in MIDI. MIDI is just a powerful control language. Actual sounds are produced by the apps or instruments that MIDI is controlling. Drums and Percussion comes in standard MIDI format and also in Motif pattern format. Each of these three main files here contain several patterns in different styles, time signatures, or instrumental categories. Each pattern contains several loops in that particular style or type. Before loading any new material into your Motif, save an all file. An all file saves everything in your Motif: voices, patterns, performances, and more. So if you accidentally overwrite something when you're loading new data, now you'll have a complete backup.
To load a Twiddly Bits pattern, copy the three main files onto your USB device and then connect the USB device to your Motif XF. Press File and then choose whether you want to load all the patterns in the file or just one.
All pattern will overwrite any patterns you currently have loaded on your Motif. If you just want to load a single pattern, you can choose the pattern location. Here, we're going to load the Funk Beats drum loops into pattern 30. The Load tab doesn't actually appear until the XF sees a file that it can load.
To audition the loops, press Track, then use the solo or mute button so you can hear just one loop at a time. Then hit play.
At the top of the screen, you can see the length of a loop, plus the current tempo. It's best to spend time getting to know the collection by calling up different patterns and listening to individual tracks. Because this is MIDI data, you have total control over tempo without affecting the pitch, and vice versa.
To change the sound of the loop, press Mixing. Make sure your cursor is over the track you're listening to, and then call up any of the XF's 50 or 60 different drum voices.
These beats are not computer generated. They were originally played by people like Hugo Degenhardt, Steve Hackett's drummer, and Gavin Harrison of Porcupine Tree and King Crimson fame. These players were recorded using MIDI drum kits. And the best way to get a feel for what they do is to play along with them. I'm just going to free up track 16 in this pattern. Don't worry about erasing tracks, changing assignments, or editing, because you can always load the original file again. If you come up with something you want to keep, just slip into record. Here are just some of the things you can do with a MIDI loop.
1. Alter the tempo as much as you like. 2. Choose any voice. 3. You can even use non-drum voices if you want something really different. 3. Add effects. 4. Record some real-time sound tweaks. 5. Edit each individual note.
These loop libraries were originally designed to provide a collection of human drum performances in a completely flexible MIDI environment. But you can go further and just use the loops as source material to create completely new and fresh beats that have almost nothing to do with drums as such. Here, all the individual loops in a pattern are playing at the same time, each one triggering not only drums, but synths and effects as well.